Michigan basketball's dominant start just got even wilder. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. Together with my buddy Aaron, we are the Big Ten guys. Tune in every day for the latest Big Ten news, insights, and analysis. If you're a fan of Michigan basketball or any Big Ten football team, take just a second, like and subscribe. Also, comment below. Give me your thoughts on early season Michigan basketball. I know we've all been watching it and just how absolutely crazy impressive they are. If this is your first time catching the show, I am a Michigan fan, so I might have a little bit of a bias here. Aaron is a Michigan State fan, so he keeps me in check. But I think there's not a person in the country who hasn't noticed what Michigan is doing if you're a college basketball fan. But when you break down the metrics of it, it's actually an even more impressive start than people realize. So I'm going to pull up here. These are like the NCAA's official net rankings where they look at like the quad 1 and quad 2, quad 3, quad 4 wins. I know people don't love to study these, but at the end of the day, this is what the committee uses to determine who gets like the top seeds. And this is, it takes all the different metrics and tells you like, this is what the numbers say, this is who's best. And of course, nobody's surprised to see that Michigan's number 1. But to me, one of the craziest things that I've seen so far is look at these quad 4 games. Michigan, you'll notice, has played one quad 4 game, whereas some of these other top teams, Duke's played 5, Iowa State's played 4, Gonzaga's played 3, and Michigan has played 6 games that are against quad 1 and quad 2 teams, which is the highest of anybody in the top 7. So, not only are they just absolutely murdering people, they're doing it against, a higher quality of opponent than most of these other teams are playing right now. It'd be one thing if they were doing it, I know Duke has played some good games, but half of their schedule so far has been against teams, like quad 4 teams that are not even, relevant in college basketball, whereas most of Michigan's teams they've played so far are pretty solid. And then looking at some of the other just crazy reactions and stats to Michigan's win last night. And there's already people calling them the best team ever. Of course, you got to do it all season. But this stretch of 5 games is ridiculous. 6 games, actually. You look at Auburn, Gonzaga, Villanova. Even I know Rutgers isn't going to be a tournament team, but generally Big Ten games are difficult. You don't just win conference games in the Big Ten by 40 plus points. But who beats Gonzaga by 40 plus points? And then, I think everybody's just dumbfounded by them at this point. Another crazy stat, they have already beaten a team in every single one of the 5 power conferences for college basketball. Football only has the Power 4 now that the Pac-12 is the Pac-2. But the Big East is considered a power conference in basketball still. So Michigan has now beaten a team from every single one of these conferences. They've won their last 5 games by a combined 179 points, which is ridiculous. And then this guy mentions, imagine being next on the Wolverines schedule. I was looking at their schedule. At Maryland, Maryland's a decent team. Michigan might only be a 20-point favorite in that game. We'll see. But LaSalle, if you know anybody who goes to the University of LaSalle or plays on their basketball team, pray for them. Because what's going to happen in that game is going to be ugly. McNeese, not a big-name school, but they've actually been a tournament team the last few years. They're not as easy of a game as people think. Michigan might only win that one by 35. We'll see what happens. But there's some other things on here that are just absolutely crazy. So they are almost 5 points per 100 possessions better than the number 2 team, which is the biggest single season gap between a number 1 and number 2 defense in the history of KenPom. So statistically, this is the best defensive college team ever, which is pretty crazy considering they're also putting up 100 points they did that in 3 straight, put up 89 on Villanova last night. It's a pretty impressive offense too. And as of now, Michigan is now favored to win every single game this season, according to KenPom, which looks at all the different metrics. That includes Hopefully this isn't too small for you to see. That includes a road game against Michigan State's KenPom's number 11 team, a road game against Purdue, KenPom's number 5 team, a neutral site game against Duke, KenPom's number 4 team. Like there is not a single team in the country right now, home or away, that they think is good enough to beat Michigan. Obviously, an undefeated season is crazy. I mean, if there's any team that can do it, this is the one. But it's very difficult to do that in Power 5 conference basketball. This was an interesting comparison that I saw, comparing Cignetti and Dusty May. Dusty May took over an 8-24 team. First year they go to the Sweet 16. Now they're just like an absolute juggernaut. That is similar to what Cignetti has done at Indiana, where he took over a team that Michigan has not been as historically bad as Indiana, but he took over a struggling team and just made them an instant contender year one and then a juggernaut in year two. So, if you are a Michigan basketball fan right now, you have to be beyond hyped. I did pull up the KenPom rankings just for those who like to see them. Their overall net ranking is 3 points above an Iowa State team that just murdered Purdue. And the gap between them and Purdue right now, the second best team in the conference, is pretty much the same gap as Purdue and all the way down here by Wisconsin and Iowa. So Michigan is it is coming into the year. Purdue was the number 1 team in the country, favorites to win the Big Ten, favorites to win it all, and all of a sudden it is Michigan and it is everyone else. You have to be beyond hyped. And I think what you have to love too is just the way they spread the ball around. A lot of teams, it's 2 or 3 guys carrying the load. Michigan, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys averaging 8.8 points or above, an 8th guy averaging at least 7. And then, one super critical metric for can a team continue to do what they're doing is defense. You're going to have bad shooting nights. Every team has bad shooting nights. But can you defend every single night? Can you rebound every single night? And Michigan is a resounding yes right there. Mara, just an absolute monster in the post, averaging almost 3 blocks a game, which is crazy. There's just no holes on this team right now. So, like I said, if you're a Michigan fan, you got to be beyond hyped. You look at these quad wins and the net rankings, the KenPom rankings, everything, and I think this Michigan team is even better than any of us realize. So hopefully they keep it going, and this can continue to be a super fun season for the Maize and Blue. But you guys let me know what you think, and then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.